basically, guys, we didn't have anybody to take care of Sienna. She had to come home for a few years, and I just decided to give up everything I was doing. I said, if anybody's going to have my baby's best interest, is her mama. I need to learn everything. I need to do what I got to do. I need to make sure she stays alive. Forget everybody else. Forget people who are not there to want to learn. It's my baby. And at the end of the day, my responsibility is her, and her life depends on me. And so I'll make sure that she gets whatever she needs to get done. And we'll worry about school later. So then I had to transition my life to take care of her full time from work and stuff. And I retired from my teaching position after 22 years of teaching and being in that field, just to be sure she was going to get the care and love she needed, because it was a hard process to see your baby go through stuff like that at such a young age. All right, I'm done with purple. Yeah. And so for me, oh, you trying to copy your mama? You gonna beat me. You gonna beat me, cause I ain't moving that fast.
I'm about to do this one and I'm taking a break.
What? So it was a process, and so basically I want to Sienna to tell you guys that she had to be home full time with me, and at the time CJ was already homeschooled. So I ended up having 2 kids at home full time, going from a life of having some kind of peace and space. That's a good one. Peace and space, guys. Okay. Having some kind of peace and space to having her home full time with CJ. So that right there was a huge adjustment, guys. Like, to not have the mental capacity to do this all day, and now you have to do it all day. Because at first, when they first told us she needed to get a needle, I was like, oh, I'm not the one to do that. I'm not giving my baby no needles and stuff like that. Like, why would they even think that I would do something like that? You know, like, that's just, I'm not putting.
Well, you're gonna beat me, Mom.
No, because I got the other one to do.
Well, you definitely gonna. Well,
you're not taking your time doing yours. You already took your time doing the other one, so you like kind of over it.
Okay, I'm missing a part.
You ain't use none of these pretty colors.
You right.
I'm getting down some of the orange and the purple. I'm really taking this serious, guys. I'm not playing, okay?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you too close, girl. Move on down. Move on down. Okay. So that was one change for us that we had to get used to. Then there was like providing food and care every day, all day. It was a lot, you know. And then she eventually had to go to school, like real school. And when she got into real school, that was another adjustment. So on one of our next episodes, we'll talk about what the sleep routine is like and what I do all night to stay up to hear her phone, or just my process for that, and just sharing with you guys just that, and seeing if there's anything you guys can tell me that I don't know as another parent, or if I can answer any questions of how I handle things. As I said, I think in the other video, when Sienna got first diagnosed, I didn't do everything that they said to do. I felt like what was best for my child was taking it slow and learning what I needed to do for her health. A lot of things they wanted to give her, I felt like was not good for her body. And I felt like it was just something that she really didn't need. And again, I was in that little bit of denial because her body was still acting fine. Her pancreas was still working good. She walked into the hospital that day with her sugar over 500, guys, which is really, really bad. But she was just like you see her now, and even more preppy and excited and hype. And I was scared on the way to the hospital, like, please don't go to sleep, please don't go to sleep, because I don't know what's going to happen. Which nobody never told me if something's going to happen if she falls asleep. But because I was still not sure
what would happen if I fall asleep? What was you thinking?
You could die or something, or go into a coma. I didn't know. Coma is when you're knocked out and you can't hear or see your family.
And then you forget something?
No, that's the other thing that we were talking about. It's not forgetting. Well, when you're in a coma, baby, you don't talk. You sleep, and you just don't hear them sleep. Well, some people can hear
like
during a coma.
Like the 911?
Yeah, when we watch 911. Yep, there we go. Just like on there. Where people are in the hospital and they can't hear and stuff.
I remember that, boy.
We were watching a guy that was like that. All right. So that was that, guys, on that situation. I mean, we're going to have so many more stories to share about this process. And as we grow, we're going to share more stories as well. We want you guys to like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification so that you don't miss another video from us. And also let us know if there's anything we can share with you guys that we have not shared about the situation, about how we've adjusted. What are some other good things to share with them now that we adjusted to? We told them about daycare. We told them what was good to eat, what wasn't good to eat. I think a lot of meat, and this is from Sienna's perspective, what's good to eat and not eat, guys. Not from mine, but I think a lot of meat is okay because there's no carbs, as long as it's not fried. And cheese is all free carbs too.
Teachers.
How are you talking about teachers while we talking about this video?
I have Miss Claudia. I have that other girl. I forgot her name.
See, that ain't your teacher then if you forgot her name.
And I have Miss Carrie.
Miss Carrie is your current teacher. The teachers that you had, you talking about Miss Jeannie is your last year teacher.
Miss Carrie, Jeannie.
Miss Jeannie. Mommy sent her one of my books because she asked for it for her class.
When are we gonna read that?
Yeah, we can. When we go see somebody, we're going on a tour. We're going to do a tour one day where we visit people and show them, you know, who you are in person and everything you got going on, because people always want to meet you. I don't know how to fix this little corner I messed up here. Okay, so I'm sorry, y'all. I was really into that. Look at that. Look how mine's coming along, baby. So what else can we share? Like, I think
we can share
about your diabetes.
We can share my sleeping.
Well, how she sleeps. So let's talk about how you sleep. I want to talk to them about. We're gonna do a whole video on what we do at night.
We're gonna do a nighttime routine and a morning.
Yeah, we're gonna just talk about it though. I don't have to really sit down. I forgot white was right here. We don't have to do a video showing them. We can just sit down and talk to them about it. So I'm trying to figure out what color I'm missing, guys. The black doesn't work. I think for the most part, that's it for this video. I mean, is there anything else we can tell them, Sienna, about your process? Like, how do you deal with being diabetic? How do you deal with being diabetic? Like, you remember when we went to the doctors and the girl was like, oh, is that a fanny pack? What's in your fanny pack?
And guys, if you don't know that this is a diabetic thing,
that your pump is for insulin, or that your spy belt, which is what people think is a fanny pack, is for insulin. Show them yours. It's kind of dark. All right, I gotta turn this around. Guys, I touched the red and it's like, ugh, messing me up. So what happens after this, guys, is we filming another video. And see, I'm trying to be slick and get her surprised before we get there. Okay. She's just trying to be slicky.
I really want to do some more, so I'm going to let this dry.
You want to do the other one for me?
Yeah.
All right, look at this.
Can you get it for me?
So look at this, guys. Ooh, mine's is beautiful. That little part right there that you think is not, it's brown, baby. Okay. All right, let's put this here.
This is my soulmate.
Or you want us to do it together?
This is my soulmate favorite color.
Oh, look at Sienna's other one. I wish we could flip them over and do it, but you can't. That's not bad. She tried to copy her mama, though. You tried to copy your mama. You tried that. Okay. Now, come on. Want to do that together?
Yeah.
Ooh, let's do some with this.
Wait, let's do it different sides. You can do this side and I'll do this side.
Perfect. Let's do it. Oh, so what did you want to tell the lady when she asked you about your fanny pack that she thought was a fanny pack?
In my head, I didn't want to tell her, but she got it wrong.
Yeah. And Sienna was like, Mom, that lady asked me about my insulin pump. And I wanted to tell her, girl, it is insulin to save my life. I thought that was so hilarious.
Did you start cracking up?
I did crack up at you. Okay, so this is not coming out to be the best right now. You see, it's got the little lines in it because that's the way this is. So we're going to X that out. I want to use these colors.
Okay.
Alright, so let's make this, I got to fix this purple though because I messed it up. Life adjusting to being a diabetic was really hard. I remember not being able to get out the bed, guys, the first day coming home after being at the hospital almost a week. Being at the hospital when you're diagnosed,
Nobody's
guys.
using blue.
Make sure you do that on your side. It's okay.
Mom.
It was such a, oh, that's pretty. That's a lot. Don't go too far up though, mama. So I remember, like, when you're at the hospital, guys, you see so many people, therapists, psychologists, all kind of people. They want to make sure you got all the training down pat. They want to make sure there's no other issues at home. They want to make sure the kid is going to be safe at home. The kid's going to have
My favorite color is blue.
all they need. Your favorite color is blue. all they need to be taken care of when they leave the hospital out of their hands. They just want to make sure that the kid is in great hands now that this diagnosis has been in place. It was just a whirlwind of people that I remember just going crazy and like physically being there but mentally out of it. And I just remember so many people coming in the room to where I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is too much. This is too much. But I got through it and I was okay with it. You didn't rinse that enough. Why are you mixing the red and the blue? Ooh, girl, that's it. That's going to be your side right there. See, you should have took it slow.
Ooh, that's a pretty color right there.
That is pretty. So, you know, with being in the hospital that long and coming home, and I'm like, okay, I got to do a second diagnosis, even after being there almost a week, talking to everybody, talking to several doctors, getting diagnoses, triple diagnoses while I was there from other people who were on staff.
Bestie.
We came home, and Sienna was like,
does that say bestie?
Yep. You're doing good with your reading, girl. And Sienna came home and was like, the next morning, Mom, you got to get up. I'm hungry. And I was so depressed, you guys, and so had the hardest time getting out of bed.
One for me.
One. Yes. This is so amazing. Yeah, you done a good job. High five. Put that down because you got one in your mouth. Slow down.
And then we do this to you.
Slow down, slow down, slow down.
And then I hear him.
So, guys, basically, you know, she got me out the bed. I'm like, she is so amazing, so strong. So, I mean, she was so young and she was just really taking this thing on as if like it was nothing. I was the one more going through it. My husband was going through it, but Sienna bounced from the situation as if it was nothing. That's why I know she's so special. I know that if somebody was supposed to be diagnosed with this, I guess it was her. Even though you don't want her to have any diagnosis or anything, it could be worse. It could be other things, but she's going to be a great advocate for other people. She's going to be really showing people that diabetes can look like anything and still be happy and healthy. She's going to really, you know, hit the mark with really just kind of being profound with who she is and being confident in who she is and what she has. One is because she's been dealing with this from being so young. And, you know, I didn't even know this was something that you could go through. Like, it's a common thing that I really didn't think kids went through. I didn't think kids went through this type of stuff, you know, because I think I told you guys before, my dad was diabetic and I didn't know how to take that. And
I wish paint was edible so I can paint this and then eat it.
Paint is edible. Here she go again, guys, talking about eating paint.
Can I do it?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Do you want to go to the hospital? Do you love your life? That has been an amazing adjustment for her. I can't say it's not hard because at times it's really hard. Having the process of putting on a new insulin pump needle every 3 days and then having to put on a Dexcom needle every 7 to 10 days has been really hard for her. And so, you know, it hasn't been an easy thing for her physically, but she has dealt with it really great mentally, which is why she's going to be a great role model for other people.
I wonder how our COVID test comes out.
Who is going through the same thing. And so we're looking to share that with more people. And so you can hear more about this on our podcast or watch our YouTube channel. Follow us, like, comment, subscribe.
I'm going to eat this one now.
That's going to be it. No more today. You're not even getting anything sweet today. That's it. So,
and I took my time, okay?
Yes, I'm glad because, like, you're ready to be done. I need another wipe. So anyway, guys, so basically for the most part, she was the one who got me out of the bed the next day to help me feel more comfortable. And I remember the week before she was diagnosed, we went to the hospital. We went to the store and Sienna was like, can I get this? Can I get that? And she was really at a place where it was like, you know, I really didn't care as much of what she got from the store. But when we went to the same grocery store after we left the hospital and was, you know, now coming home to adjust to this, she was like, well, Mom, I want some chocolate, but you know, you got to give me a needle first. And at first it was like more in public. We were talking about needles instead of saying exactly what things were. And that was really hard
to... when I was going down with some chocolate and then...
But then you didn't know what going down meant. Like, you never knew that. It was like we were at a... We'll tell you guys this another time, but we were at a birthday party when Sienna finally realized what it was meant to be going low. And she expressed that to me. But for now, we went to the store and she was like, you got to give me a needle. And that was like really new for people to find out, or new for people to hear in public. Because don't nobody walk around and say, hey, you got to give me a needle. That just don't happen, right, guys? It just don't happen. So her saying it at a young age, they probably thought I was abusing her. They probably thought she was crazy. They probably thought a whole bunch of stuff. And moms, if you ever dealt with anything like this, please comment down below and share with me what was the terms that you guys first started out using, because we would talk about not talking about it in public. That was our thing, because I wasn't ready, and I could break down and cry any second when somebody said something about being diabetic, somebody said something about her diabetes, somebody said something about or just in general, just knowing what she was going through or what's wrong with her, what's in her little fanny pack. That would have made me cry. That would have made me cry, guys, because it was more of I just wasn't ready. It took me a whole year before I can talk about it to another parent without crying. A lot of people didn't know in our circle, besides our close immediate family. It was just not something to talk about. And now we're in a place where we are able to talk about it with other people and just kind of share, you know, guys, that it's been really a blessing to be able to help other people, to help change their lives, to share with them what we have been dealing with and seeing who else has been dealing with similar things. We've met people at the park. Shout out to Patty and her baby.
Who's Patty?
The lady we met at the park with her daughter who's diabetic, that I was screaming. I was like, oh my God, where's your mom? I could see that she had a Dexcom on her arm, and guys, I was freaking out. I hadn't seen nobody else like that in that situation.
And you keep saying, look. And I was like, where? And I then freaked out.
I was so happy to have met them, guys. They have been so great, and they know other people who were
Did
connected
they follow
with other
the
people.
pocket underwear?
They followed the pocket underwear, and they are great people that know other people in the same situation. So we're going to hook up and do something big with them, and maybe I can have Patty on the podcast to talk about her experience, because she has a little son. And when I seen her, I was like, oh my God, how can you have another kid after having, you know, going through this with your daughter who was 9, who's diabetic? In my head, I was like, I know I can't. I'm like losing it. I can't have no energy. I'm talking about her though.
Oh,
The little girl.
Was she 9?
Yep. And so I was just like, oh my God. Like, and then the little boy was running from her at the park, and I was just like, oh, I'm so glad them days are over. Because I remember CJ just going all over the place, just running from you.
Well, you better take that back. You know you.
I'm getting ready to tell them that. So then, guys, months later, someone's pregnant, and now I got to deal with the same thing, right? So we need to have a podcast and a video talking about episode talking about basically just what it's been like to deal with the emotions of having another kid after having one that's diabetic or been diagnosed as diabetic. So anybody else that have any other things that they want to say or share about this, or anybody else that's a mom that has another kid too, guys, you know the scariest thing I've seen before is when there was 2 young kids in the family diagnosed as type 1. I can't even imagine. So it's worse things that people are going through. Always somebody's going through something worse than you. Maybe it would be easier for Sienna to have someone to relate to, but at the same time,
you mean
that
like a
headache
friend? Like a friend who wants to always play with me?
Yeah, if you had a brother or sister that was in the same situation.
Yeah, and
But
I'm so long.
that headache, because I'm hoping Sienna has some other friends, and her best friend turns out to be diabetic, just so that she can have someone to really relate to, because for a while she would ask me about me being diabetic and stuff, and so I would always just agree.
Like, are you diabetic?
I would see. She forgot that she used to ask me that, and so I would always just agree and say, yeah, you know, because she couldn't relate to understanding, but I wanted her to relate to someone
Wait,
else.
so you were not really diabetic?
No. Mommy was helping you get through it, Mama. And that was another thing for me mentally, guys. I didn't know how to answer those questions when she would say, well, Mom, when you were diabetic, did you do this? And Mom, when you're diabetic, da-da-da. And I was like, yeah, no, just the right thing to say to make it better for her, guys. And that's, ooh, y'all, it was hurting me so bad to be able to do that with my baby and like not be able to have someone she can relate to, but yet besides me, I knew I was all that she could really relate to. Like I was doing everything to make sure she got whatever she needed, whether it was comfort, whether it was questions answered, whatever it was, guys, I was committed to giving it to her, and I still am today. But I never wondered about having another kid. I never wondered about this, but when I see people who have kids that are 2 kids in the home that are type 1, or they have another kid after their kid that's been diagnosed, what is the mental adjustment to that? And what is it like for you to make the decision to accept another kid? And so now that I'm in this situation, guys, I can now relate a little bit, but I would love to hear from moms on what they do when they do adjust after having a kid that's diagnosed and then having another kid after that. That would really be helpful, guys.
You didn't even
And
do
guys,
your
follow our
intro.
podcast. I'm diabetic,
Did
not
you do
disabled.
your intro?
No, Sienna. A girl gotta go move on and try to edit this
Hey,
video.
I forgot about that. I was gonna pay my bill.
Well, you didn't focus, so let mommy do this, okay?
You helping me out?
No, I'm taking over. Let me do this. Let me do this. Okay, so guys, that's one other thing that we was dealing with. As far as meeting other people, there's not a lot of people in the area we live at that has this. Like, just like when she got diagnosed, everybody was so confused about it. Like, what is that? No, we don't have nurses in the school system, and no, we can't help. We don't have no nurse on staff. A lot of daycares do not have nurses on staff and stuff like that. So it was really a hard process for everything. That's gonna be it for this video because Sienna keeps stopping me. She's not paying attention, and I'm almost done with this, guys, and I'm gonna take a picture afterwards to show you guys so that we can keep moving. It's past her capacity of how long she can really focus anyway. In the middle of a video, she's done good for this long time, so I'm gonna let it go at this point and catch up with y'all in the next video. Anyway, I thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for just being patient with us as we get this story out, as we sharing everything about our journey. We got so much to share with you guys. We got a video coming showing you guys how she puts things on her backside. We got a video coming to you guys that is going to talk about how we are going to use the one touch. You can't really see it. We're moving, switching things over from the current pricker we have to the finger pricker, the one touch Vario Reflect. So for now, that's it, and you got your face covered. We out.
Bye, cuties. I'm gonna go stop the video.
Okay, yeah, go stop the video. Thank you.
You want to talk about anything else?
Oh yeah, I do want to tell them about something else. Let's show them like the end results of these. So this one is the one I'm still working on. This is the one Sienna created, and this is the one I did. That looks amazing. I didn't even have to turn the lights because now that it's dimming outside that you can see better. And this is Sienna's original one she did. So we kind of did this good. All right, so that's it. See you guys in the next video. Love you.
Hey guys, it's me, Sienna Johnson, and we're back with another video. So today we're going to do a video, a painting video, eating video, not really, but yeah.
Well, tell them the truth then. Don't say we're gonna be doing the eating video and then we don't eat.
Wait, did you see that thing blue?
Oh yeah, we are doing a little bit of a mukbang. You saying that without bananas?
Yeah.
But you don't even want no bananas. I should have had you with some apples. All right, so tell them what we're celebrating. Why? We're gonna do this first before we get started.
It's Valentine's Day tomorrow. Monday, Valentine's Day.
So we are doing our Valentine's Day special with you guys. Do not look in this bag, Sienna. You have to have all things. Put that on your side over there.
I really want to see what's in there.
Our waters.
Can I just go like this?
What does that mean?
Like this.
No.